Seriously, I love a great steak, I'm just saying. One of my long-standing dreams is to have a fireplace in my bedroom. And so I love this last item in the show because you can have just that. You can also change how you look at heating your house with something that looks like a wood-burning fire. Duraflame, they started in 1972. That's so perfect too, because I was born in 72, so the year I was born, so was Duraflame. And I vividly remember going to Kmart with my dad every year, because long before they had those flip-a-switch fireplaces, everybody pretty much needed a Duraflame log, and we would go to Kmart and get ours. So Duraflame is like a long-standing trust bond with a lot of us. But now what's so cool is they make heaters that don't look like ugly plastic things you want to shove into a corner and hide out of the way when you need heat. They make heaters that look like things that heat. So like in this case, it's looking like what should be in a fireplace. Logs that are glowing. Can you hear the crackle? These are realistic rustic pine logs, an ember bed, a flame effect, even a crackling noise with 3 volumes. But what this really is, with a remote control, that yes, you can tuck it into a fireplace that's going unused or create a fireplace where you don't have one. This is now heating 1,000 square foot space for 1/4 an hour. So I'm going to invite out my guests because Emily Scott is here. And while I do so, do you want to cozy up by the, okay, I'll go by the fire.
Yeah.
So can we talk about, because in my home, let me do a quick analysis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 Duraflame heaters.
Oh my gosh.
The lantern
love
ones, the stove ones.
Uh-huh.
This one I love. Because it looks the most like that time of year when we want to build the fire because it's charming, but it's dirty and it can be hazardous, and some people don't have the option. Okay, but this is a fully functioning infrared heater.
Absolutely. You know, fireplaces, we think they're cozy, snuggy, they're going to bring charm to our lives. But as you said, they're dirty, they're messy. You probably should get the chimney inspected every once in a while.
For sure.
This solves everything. It gives you the look of everything you wanted your fireplace to be, with these cracked split logs, and you can see how the embers glow. And we bring the lights down, you'll see how the flames are projected backward. But it gives you the feel, because this is not only just a heater, our most powerful heating technology, infrared, heating 1,000 square feet of your home. And we also added this soundtrack. I call it the soundtrack of cozy. I'm gonna lean in. We added a crackling sound. It is, I always say it's from the Duraflame Dreams Come True department.
Oh, I like it. That's so cute. It is, yeah, and certainly, like, there are 3 volume levels on the Crackle, but like, talk about a realistic experience. And the cats and the dogs will want to lay right next to this thing because of the heat it's putting out, which brings us to the one thing, honestly, that I feel like has become your brand identity, and it's, aside from the logs and the trust we have growing up with you, it's that the heaters that you make, these heating appliances, not only look so good, because they're meant to be kind of fashion items in our home.
They are,
but they heat using technology that only costs 1/4 an hour. And that is way cheaper than what most of us are paying for either home heating oil or even electric heat. And so I know a lot of people that have converted rooms in their house to Duraflame heater only. And they have totally tapped down or turned off their regular HVAC, because you're only in one room at one time anyway. Why not just heat the one you're in?
And that's called zone heating, and that's exactly what we want you to do. It's called supplemental heating. You put the heater where you want the heat, and it heats 1,000 square feet. So you think, how big of a space is that? It's gigantic. It's a 50 by 20 square foot area, running for no more than 25 cents an hour. And the other thing is, it's a comfortable heat because it doesn't dry the air. So there's nothing harsh or abrasive. And by the way, on that little video right there, that's the installation. I call it plunk it in. And I know you have a real fireplace in your home, right?
I do.
So you love it in the winter. So what do you want to do in August and July?
Okay,
clean it out, right? put this in,
Yep.
run it without
sure.
the heat,
For sure.
and cozy, snuggy, huggy up. Yep.
And I'll be the first to tell you, because this is the first time this year that we have presented this model, which is the infrared, so it doesn't zap the moisture out of the air. Pine log insert heater with the Crackle sound, the remote control. This is the first time this year that we have presented it, and it's only order of the year. Would you believe we've had 1.9 million Duraflame heaters sold on the Q? We use one. We use one in our basement because it traditionally gets cold down there, and for some reason the HVAC just, even though it's down there, it's not
Doesn't
working
reach
down
it, right?
there.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you know, many people have rooms in their home that are on one side of the home or the other that are like just cold running, right?
Yeah.
The HVAC, it just not crank it out in that particular
The
room.
heat just doesn't reach it.
People have given these as gifts. We have one in almost every room of our house. Oh, I forgot. No, we have 6. Because I have one, a smaller stove heater on the countertop in my bathroom.
Oh,
I do not take a shower in winter without it.
Okay.
And so I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but I wanted you to know the thing that has always blown me away by in terms of Duraflame and the quality is that knowing it's only a quarter an hour to heat this 1,000 square foot room.
Yeah.
Growing up with a dad and old yucky ugly plastic heaters that used to yell at me not to run the heater too long
And
because it
don't
would
touch the thermostat.
skyrocket the electric bill.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's an energy efficiency here with your
Absolutely,
Duraflame.
absolutely. You want to replace the heat from your heater, your HVAC system, with the Duraflame because we know what it costs to run. We know it's on average 25 cents an hour, but it's this realistic look. Look at how the light just kind of undulates in the logs. It's absolutely amazing, completely cool to the touch. The only place it warms up is where the heat actually comes out, which is down here. But you have the included remote control. And by the way, we give you the batteries, 2 AAA batteries. All you got to do is put them in. There's a control panel on the side. If you want to turn the heat off, you can turn the heat off. You can turn the heat down with that manual thermostat. It is dreams come true.
Girl, you coming by the show with it is a dream come true because I requested a ton of fans tonight because I typically get hot during shows and I'm actually freezing because